Hello and welcome back. Welcome to a new series of videos I'm creating that I'm naturally calling What Happens When a Decrepit Bloke in his 50s Starts Going to the Gym 5 days a week. So I'm going to follow it through a series of videos talking about, firstly, why I'm doing it. Then I'm going to talk about getting your body ready to add muscle. And then I'm going to talk about it's okay not to be perfect and talking about aesthetics and role models. And then I'm going to talk about the sort of training that I like to do and why. And then finally, hopefully, there will be that quite nauseating video where you actually see the progress over a 6-month period and what is realistic for a normal person in their 50s. So these videos are aimed at people who are in their 40s, 50s and 60s like me, who have come to the realization that if they want to get the lifespan they always thought they were going to get just by default, and just as importantly to get the health span, to be fit and active and well into their older years, you need to do something about it. Otherwise, you're not going to get it. Right. First, the disclaimer. I'm no expert on anything. These are just my experiences and my opinions. Do your own research. This is just food for thought. Do your own research and make your own mind up. Having said that, though, right, so there are basically 3 key things that you can do to increase your lifespan and health span. And 2 of them we've talked about before, really. So first is diet. So this is what I used to look like, whatever it is, 5, 6, 7 years ago. And I'll tell you now, back then, if I did exercise afterwards, I had a tightness in my chest, and I was weak as a kitten. I had to sit in the chair for hours. My blood pressure was through the roof. I'm pretty sure that if I'd carried on like that now, I wouldn't be making this video. My family would be picking out a wooden box to put me into. So probably the biggest thing to increase your lifespan if you have a problem with your weight is to alter your diet. Now, frankly, a Western diet is toxic to many of us. We become increasingly insulin resistant as we get older. We pile on, basically your insulin levels go up too high. You can't burn fat. You just eat it. You're on a roller coaster of just eating all the time, and you get fatter and fatter and fatter. And you're going to end up with heart disease. You're going to end up with high blood pressure. And eventually it's going to kill you. So if you identify with that, please go and watch my video on why I love keto and is keto for you. I wouldn't be here today without it, that's for sure. The other thread, of course, is aerobic fitness. So for me, it's running, but it doesn't have to be running. You just need to be exercising in zone 2, your aerobic zone, to build up your fitness. Because if you don't, you're going to be out of breath walking up the stairs. You're going to be out of breath walking down the street. Do you want that? You just need to. So if you go and watch this video about maths training, where you basically work out where your aerobic zone is and train, and go for a walk, go for a jog. Perhaps you used to play a team sport when you were younger. Get back into it. Make the effort. It could make a real difference to your health span and your lifespan. But in your health span, you really don't want to end up being limited and unable to do things. Someone says, oh, should we go and walk up that hill today? It'd be a lovely view from the top. And you to say, oh no, I can't do that anymore. I think that's really sad. So go do something about it. But the third thread is strength. Now, and do you want to end up sofa surfing? You know, do you want to end up, you can't get out of a chair, holding on to things? Do you want to end up where you know, because it'll happen. And if you want to avoid it, you need to do some strength training. And that's the thing that I've not been guilty of, that up to this point I've not done enough of. Now, I had some dumbbells at home, and I got them a few years ago because of problems with my shoulders, which I'll get to in a second. But really, they're not heavy enough to really affect any serious change. So, okay, so let's get into why weight train. Okay, so when you if you lift a heavy weight, well, first off, you don't have to do weight training. You could do Pilates or yoga. Those sort of exercise where you use your own body weight and hold a position, they're actually very good for, they give you both strength and flexibility. But I want more than that. I want to grow muscle. If you lift a heavy weight, it helps push your testosterone back up. So really, in your 40s, and this applies to both men and women, your hormone levels drop as you get older. So for me, testosterone is dropping off, and I'm losing muscle mass as I get older. So this is what I looked like last year, you know. And so, yeah, my leg muscles are strong from running, but my chest is pretty much withered away. My shoulders, I had, so my body had already started failing on me some years ago. So I had impingement in my shoulder. So basically what that means is the muscles withering away. I'm sitting at a desk working all day, and the shoulder starts to move forward and forward and forward and claps forward in the joint until it traps the nerve. And then you get these horrendous pains down your arms. And so then I had to have physio to move the shoulder back in the joint. And then that's when I started using the dumbbells at home to just strengthen that muscle, just so it didn't happen again. I've also got another issue, piriformis syndrome. So basically the sciatic nerve runs down from your spine and down between the buttock muscles, the glutes, and down your leg. And I'm a runner, and so one of the things that tends to happen for runners is you get lazy glutes as you get older. You get tight hip flexors, and so when you're running, you're using your thighs, not your buttocks, to drive forward. And the buttocks wither away, and if they wither away, they get the muscles tight, and this nerve that's running through becomes trapped, and then you get pain in your hip and down your leg. Now, again, I've worked on that. I've worked a series of stretches into the end of my cool down after every run, and that has helped take the pain away. However, every time I go and do something strenuous, like so if I go and run up a mountain, or if I go and do a really long run, it comes back. So I need to grow that glute muscle to make it go away, fix it. But there are lots of other muscles that I need to take in hand now before they become a problem. So for instance, your neck, if your head is heavy, particularly mine, I've got a massive head. But if the muscles in your neck atrophy, then what you can get is the muscles going into spasm, and then you get pains up your neck, and it causes tension headaches. I really don't want that. Then, of course, there's the back itself. If you lose the strength in your back, then you'll be just, move your arm over here and pick up a tea bag or something. Oh, and you've thrown your back out and all the back muscles have gone into spasm and you can't move and you're in agony. Yeah, I want to avoid that. I want to strengthen my back. So yes, I really want to grow back those muscles to improve my health span so that I'm fit and active and well, and that I can carry on running as well into older age. So the piriformis, for instance, if I don't do something about those lazy glutes now, eventually stuff's going to go wrong. The number of times I talk to people and they go, oh yes, I used to run, all started to go wrong for me in my 50s. Because they get other problems that stop them doing it. So I'm trying to avoid that. Okay, another reason for trying to add muscle is to increase metabolic demand, basically. It gets, yeah, if you carry fat, doesn't cost you metabolically anything to be carrying around, but muscle does. If you're carrying extra muscle, then your body needs more calories in a day in order to just keep the status quo going. And so if I can increase the amount of muscle, it makes weight management a little bit easier too. And then finally, there's muscle for self-esteem as well. I mean, I'm in my 50s, I'm melting. Does anybody ever go into those changing rooms to try on new clothes and come out and go, yes, those clothes look marvellous on my body. I look great in those mirrors. Maybe, perhaps they do, but I certainly don't. I come out going, oh. So, yeah, if I can improve, if I feel a bit better about myself, that's fine. Important thing to say about doing it for self-esteem, it is a powerful driving factor in making you want to do it, trying to make yourself, do it. Because when you do strength training, it's empowering. How can I put it? Well, one, like exercise, like running, for instance, you are kicking out all sorts of happy chemicals in your brain when you're doing it. It feels good. And you get pumped up and you just feel good. You feel powerful. It improves your self-esteem. Now, and this isn't, I went through a similar process in my early 20s of doing it. The caveats I would say about doing it for self-esteem, we'll cover one of them in a later video, is to say, do it for yourself. If you're doing this going, I need to change my body, I need to look this way, otherwise I won't be attractive to other people. Beauty is only skin deep. You deserve to be loved for who you are. It's what's on the outside really shouldn't matter. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for other people. Apart from anything, if you are doing it to appeal to other people, it's probably not going to work anyway. In that, if you're suddenly throwing yourself in the gym and working really hard at it, people are going to see that, and what comes across is that you're vain and egocentric, which are not what a potential partner would be interested in is your kindness, your compassion, your willing to put other people before yourself, your kindness to total strangers, giving your time freely. These are the sort of personal characteristics that people are looking for. If you can give them the total package, fair enough. If you can never take that shirt off so they can't see it until finally they do get to see it, and you never, ever, ever mention it, I'm sure they'd enjoy it. But it could have a negative connotation. So that's it. That's why I'm doing it. As I'm about 2 months in now, and I can tell you it is definitely having an effect. My chest muscle must have at least doubled in size already. So I am focused mostly on, basically I'm focused on my arms. You've got to do your arms because you're using dumbbells, so you need to have the strength in your arms, whatever. Arms, shoulders, chest, traps, back, glutes. That's what I'm focused most on at the moment, and it's working. Okay, I hope you found that interesting. And if it intrigues you, subscribe and follow along. Yeah, it's a bit of a journey. Okay, that's it for now. Take care, and I'll see you next time. And we'll talk about getting your body ready to add muscle mass.